Hello friends, good evening. It's 6 o'clock almost in the evening here in Austin. Heading out to a couple of bike meetups. This weekend's a special weekend. It's the MotoAmerica racing is here at COTA. And so a lot of organizations are having bike meetups to celebrate that. So the first one I'm hitting up, I'm going to go to 2 tonight. I'm going to Ducati of Austin. Okay, I'll go. It's the beauty of having a motorcycle. You just cut right in there. And it's 92 degrees, so it's hot. It sucks. Austin Ducati or Ducati of Austin, whichever one. They are the Ducati local dealership here, and are having a nice get-together, and there'll be some of the racing team there, from what I gather, and some snacks and drinks and cool people, cool bikes, all that good stuff. So we're going to go there first. Hopefully get to shoot some video there and meet some fun people. And then I'll head over to Motivation, which is about 30 minutes away from there. And that's a company that sells motorcycle parts and gear and stuff like that through the internet. And they have a shop out in Pflugerville, which is just east. It's kind of northeast of downtown Austin. And that one will have, I think Red Bull will be there. There's going to be some special guests, probably some of the team members, racing team or something like that. And I went last year and it was a pretty good turnout. There was quite a few people there, and they have free food and drinks and all that good stuff. So welcome to join me. I'm going to be hopping on the 35 freeway here, heading south down into Austin. So this is not going to be a extremely fun ride. Probably get stuck in traffic and all that good stuff. It's rush hour time. Disappear. See, here we got slowdowns already. I probably should have went the back road. Back road would take me like an hour to get there though. And this, if there's no traffic, it takes 20 minutes. So I'm guessing will be about 30 minutes, 35 minutes if there's no like major car accidents or anything like that. So let's do a little hyper speed and get down to Ducati. See you in a bit. Well, so much for hyperspeed, folks. I don't know if you can hear my bike through my helmet, but I'm really liking the sound of this header and the Kropovich pipe. I have the baffles still in. I haven't taken those out, but I have the cat delete, and it sounds pretty good. Let's see if you can hear it. That's in second gear, going 40 miles an hour, about 4,000 revs. Woo! Tire in the road. Yeah, that would not be fun to hit. More pieces of it. And the Ducati dealer is, this whole area right around here has most of the motorcycles right on this little strip. So we've got AF1 Racing just a little further south on this, just off of 35 here, and they sell a lot of the Italian bikes, Aprilia and MV Agusta and Moto Guzzi. What else do they have? I think they have an Italian electric bike. I forget the name of that. And a a few other things there, but that's a cool place. And then across the street, a little north of that, is Ride Now Power Sports, which sells BMW, Yamaha, Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and water sport vehicles and side-by-sides, slingshots, Can-Am, blah blah blah. So that's cool. And then we've got where we're going now to Ducati. They sell all the Ducati bikes, which are cool. And Harley is north of here, about 20 minutes. And then there's another Harley dealer about 30 minutes south of here. But they're both on this same road. And then, what else we got? Indian. There's Bell County, about an hour north of here. And then there's Indian of Austin, or Austin Indian, I can't remember how they call it. And that's just down the road here, a little bit south of here. So you got all the major bikes right within an hour, you know, kind of radius, but right on this road here, 35. Okay. Flip this up. Yeah, it is warm. It's 94 degrees. The sun is, the UV index is kicking it today. It's hot. The sun is just baking me in this black jacket. I was talking to a friend through Instagram that lives in England, and he was able to take one of the new BMW GS 1300s out for a few hours, and it's the one that has the new automatic, I think it's called the AMA automatic something or other, assist clutch, whatever, I can't remember what they're calling it, but it's there's no clutch, but they kept the gear shifter on your foot. There's no paddles, which I like. That's nice that they have the gear shifter on the bottom. And he said he wasn't really expecting too much from it because of Honda DCT, and Honda DCT is pretty cool, but it doesn't work that well in slow speed. But he was amazed by it. He said it is amazing. It's a game changer, and it's super smooth. You know, first gear all the way up, all the way down, way smoother. Even though it's a boxer engine, he said it's as smooth as one of the, like the K1600 or the inline 4. All right, here we go. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to the RS coming out with the 1300 engine, and then the automatic clutch. I don't know. It'll be an add-on, an extra, I'm sure. I don't know if I, stick with the clutch or not. I think I will. All right. So we're here. Now I got to get all this gear off. But yeah, I think the R1300 RS will probably come out next year. If that's the case, I would probably wait one more year, potentially, to just make sure all the bugs are out. And I'll have to test ride one of those clutchless bikes. I'm just concerned. He said it's not a problem, my friend there in the UK, but I was concerned with really slow speed when you were dealing with an automatic transmission like the Honda. I have some friends that have Gold Wings, and they say, like, if you're in a parking lot going really slow, sometimes it starts searching for the right gear for you, and it kind of is unnerving a little bit. And then if you're talking about GS, you're out if you go off road with it and you're going over, roots and rocks and stuff, you gotta, play with the clutch a lot, feather it back and forth to give, power, take power. But they said it's the BMW version works seamlessly, supposedly. So that'll be good to check out. So let's go check out this party here. I gotta get all this off. It's hot. All right, friends, we're here. I just got all my gear off, trying to air out. I'm all sweaty, sticky, and smelly. So if you're here, steer clear of me. But there's the Ducati dealer in the background there. Just met a couple guys. They rode in on some bikes. We're going to talk to them and talk to a few other people maybe, and then head over to the other party. All right, let's go. All right, friends. I just ran into a new friend here, Derek. What's up, man? How's it going?
How you doing?
Good. And he rode in on dirt bike that has been his kind of tinker toy. You've been tinkering on it since you bought it?
Yeah, tinkering a little bit. It was in rough shape when I first got it. It's a 2012, so it's been 12 years of hell. So yeah, I've just been trying to get it back to its 450 glory.
And then before you tell me you're into racing and you like BMW stuff.
Yeah, I race a little bit. I have a 98 M3 that I've kind of restored myself. We've done the whole thing, kind of like a resto mod of sorts. Yeah, so that's done now. So it's track days and everything are fun, but like I'm a bike guy at heart. Always have been. I've been riding motorcycles since I've been 6.
So you got your M3. So you got your BMW M3 car.
Yep.
And now you've got this to get kind of back into bikes. So is there a BMW bike in your future?
Ooh, good question. I would love an S1000R.
Oh yeah,
but,
naked.
Yeah,
okay, yeah, that's nice.
I'm a road. I would love to have like a dedicated road bike and then a dedicated dirt bike. You know,
yep.
Eventually that would be the plan. But like that's why it kind of led me to this thing, because it does a little bit of both.
Sure.
Yeah, not necessarily. I don't drive on the street a lot, but to events like this and around town and going to get wife bread and groceries and stuff, I'll definitely throw a backpack on and take the bike over.
Well, I'm obviously a BMW fan, but
yeah.
And the GS line of bikes is a great bike, but I think most of the people that buy those, they just tour with them and go on road trips and stuff, and they have the ability to definitely go off road. But I think I'd be in the camp of what you just explained. If I wanted to go off road, I would probably have something more like that to play, because it's lighter. And you can flick it around and jam through all kinds of fun stuff.
That's what brought me to this chassis specifically. Is because Yamaha has great reliability, and it's the YZ250 frame. So you get the aluminum frame, which is a big deal.
Yep.
And then the suspension's all the same. Yep. So with a little bit of tuning, the motor is detuned a little bit. But it's basically, so you have the small frame, a smaller bike, just more power. And it's the same motor, so you add not much weight. You still get a power weight a little better. That makes it highway friendly with a wide ratio transmission and stuff like that.
Very cool.
Yeah. No, WR is a cool bike.
Yeah, I just never really understood that though, because especially the GSA, those things are so heavy and so big and powerful. It's just and they're so expensive. I go off road with that $27,000 motorcycle and ricochet it off a tree. I'd be like, no.
It's hard because it gets in the back of your mind. Yeah, I'd rather drive around a $4,000 POS and not have to worry about it so much. You
flip it into a tree, and as long as you don't get hurt, get back on it and take off.
I mean, ideally, I would love to have like a 125 SX or like something like that, like a smaller, lighter 2-stroke as my dirt specific bike. Yeah, for that exact reason.
Yeah,
it's just because for dirt riding and stuff like that, I'd be able to flick it around and stuff like that. I'm just getting back into track riding, so
all right, cool.
That's been the experience.
Well, you've got the shirt on.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll see you later at the Motovation event.
Yes, sir.
So it was nice to see you.
Take care.
Okay, man. All right, friends, we're here with 2 new friends. George, what's up, man? How's it going?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And Andy. Andy, how are you? Nice to meet you. And you guys rode in on these 2 bikes right here.
Sir.
Got the Kawasaki Ninja. Is that a 500?
Yes.
Okay. And then this is the Ducati Panigale is V4, right?
Yes, sir.
And what year is that?
That is a 2022.
Okay, cool. So tell us a little bit about yourself in terms of how long you've been riding.
I've been riding since I'm like 16 years old, so I'm 24 right now. A little bit like more because I ride like how's it called? Motocross when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
And I love it. It's an addiction. I still riding for a long time, and I own multiple bikes on the past, and I love the Ducatis.
Yeah, it is. Once you get on, it's just, it is. It really is an addiction. But it's a good one. And Andy, when did you start riding?
I started riding about 3 months ago when I got that one.
3 months?
New rider.
Nice. Did you go through the MSF course and all that stuff?
I did. That was fun, but it was so hot. Yes.
Oh yeah. So did you just do it recently?
Yes.
I
got the MSF course done, and then immediately that same week I got the bike.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
So why did you pick that?
The Ninja 500. I wanted something that was like beginner friendly, but also not too slow. So I thought that
not
was
too leaned over.
Yes.
Not too upright and slow. Something in the middle.
Something that I could like grow a little bit on.
Okay. And so when you first got on it, started it up and rolled away on it, what were you feeling? Were you like, oh, okay?
I was so scared. I stalled it like 5 times on my first time. I accidentally wheelied it, very accidentally. That was fun.
Well, now you know what a wheelie feels like, right?
Now I can say I can wheelie.
Cool.
Accidentally.
And so over the last few months, you've grown into it and got accustomed to it, and you're digging it. You really like it.
I love it. It's been a lot of fun making rider friends and just riding around. I've been learning a lot.
Mm-hmm. And what would you buy if you feel like you're kind of done with this one, or you feel like you want something more upright or faster or something like that? What do you think you would go with? You would stick with Kawasaki or go with something else?
I love Kawasaki, but at the same time, I think maybe an R6, or he's trying to convince me to a V2.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a little bit more leaned over, a little bit more aggressive. That's cool. Very nice.
Oh,
and
maybe
then
in the next year.
And have you done anything?
Next year.
Have you done anything to the bike since you bought it, or is it just still kind of stock? Or
It's still kind of stuck. I took off the exhaust.
I took it off.
Yeah, he took the exhaust off. I didn't.
Okay.
I am still
So you
learning
put
how to work on bikes.
you put a slip-on on it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's
Yeah.
naked exhaust right now.
Oh, okay.
No, I haven't done much. I want to change the windscreen.
Oh, like get like smoke color or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to do a few things to it.
Oh,
but
there's a
for now-
motorcycle behind us. That's what I did. Mine came with the clear like windscreen like that, and I got a smoke right away. It looks so much better, especially with a black bike.
Yes.
That looks cool. All right, what about George? What about you? What did you do to this pretty bike of yours so far?
I put some forged carbon fiber, little things. Still waiting for more. So the winglets are
So the
forged carbon
winglets,
fiber.
and on the tank you got some.
The tail, and I'm still waiting for more. It's gonna be like custom paint. I'm gonna get some other fairings and do a custom paint. I'm gonna do powder coating on little parts.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's gonna be like a
What
big
color?
project.
What color are you gonna do? Do you think?
Not sure.
Not sure.
Not sure.
Are you gonna?
I'm thinking white.
Oh, so the parts that you're gonna keep these fairings, just put them aside and get some new ones.
New ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I met a guy. It's got a S1000. Or no, it's an M1000. Yeah, it's an M1000 package, the double R, and he did a shrink wrap,
Okay.
green. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was thinking on doing a wrap, but
Yeah.
you know Ducatis get a little bit more heat, so I don't know
Yeah.
how
That's
it's
true. That's a good point.
gonna- Yes, so that's why I'm gonna do a custom paint. Still waiting for more forged carbon fiber. They take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just put like a exhaust system. I have a stage 2 tune, and pretty much it's everything.
Where do you ride usually? Do you out in the hill country or Lime Creek Road, or do you have a favorite place to ride?
Well, I love Lime Creek now. It's pretty good. I haven't go, but it's one of the good roads here in Austin.
Which one?
Lime Creek.
Oh, Lime Creek. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, well, I've been on that quite a few times, but you gotta be careful on that road.
Yes.
The grooves in the road and the corners, the gravel, sand. It's kind of hit or miss sometimes.
We're looking forward to a great weekend of MotoAmerica. I want to introduce Jay Root from Ducati North America to kick off the festivities.
How's everybody doing here tonight? Everybody riding? Having some fun under Ducatis? Well, it's really great to be here. My name is Jason Ruth here. I'm the National Sales Manager and Course Manager for Ducati North America. Tonight's very special here. How many of you guys have been to a MotoGP party here? All right, show of hands. So you know what it's about here. It's about talking to the riders, getting intimate with them, learning about them. So we're going to do some great interviews tonight. We have some very special people here tonight. We're going to start from left to right. We got PJ Jacobsen here. PJ is running the Panigale V2. Let's give PJ a quick round of applause. We have Kayla Yaakov here, 16 years old, ripping on the V2 here. She's been having a lot of fun out there. She actually just got back from Italy where she raced over in Mugello with the fastest Italians in the world, which was pretty crazy. Mr. Loris Baz, former MotoGP, rode with Warhorse back in 2022. You guys may recognize him. A bunch of people did some track days with him. It's great to have him here. Oh, this guy. I think you guys all know this guy. Mr. Josh Herrin. Mr. Wheelie himself, points leader in the Superbike Championship. Great to have Josh here. I'm sure we're going to learn a lot about Josh tonight. And Corey Alexander. This guy's been racing since, I don't even know, he was like 2 or 3 years old. Been following this guy forever. Riding the Panigale V2, which is great. So we have 2 teams here tonight. We have the Ray Hall Ducati Moto team, which rides the Panigale V2. And then we also have the Warhorse HSBK racing team, which is riding the Superbikes. But before we get into interviews, I want to turn it over to Hannah Lopa from MotoAmerica.
I feel like that was, you pretty much covered it all, so I think I'm good here. No, you guys probably want to hear from the riders. As Jason mentioned, I'm MotoAmerica's Hannah Lopa, pit lane reporter tonight. I'm just hanging out. I'm going to ask these guys some questions so you have the opportunity to get to learn a little bit more about them, see them up close and personal. So why don't we jump right into it? I'm going to steal this mic from you. And we'll kick it off on this end with PJ Jacobsen. I think it's on. Okay, so PJ joining this team this year, a bit of a transition for you from the big bike to the super sport machine. What was your expectation at the start of this season compared to where you're at now?
Yeah, it's been great to be with the whole Ray Hall Ducati Moto team. You know, it's been a new project since you know, January, like starting this year and stuff. So going into Daytona, we got things started, kicked off there, and then we had some things change, had some new stuff happen in the team. But it's been great to be a part of this whole program with Graham putting it all together, his team, Ben being a part of the whole thing, Richie Alexander, who's been the team manager. So it's been absolutely great. And then you know, going through the season, the team the first year I think has done a great job. Kayla and Corey as my teammates, they're awesome teammates to have. I think the team has done a great job to get where we're at right now, especially being the first year in the championship. I think it's been really good. So we're battling for wins every single weekend. So I'm super proud of the team, and we're still fighting for that championship. We have Coda and Jersey left, so we're still in the running for the championship, fighting for that every single weekend to get wins. And yeah, I'm just super proud of my team and being part of this whole program.
To be at the front of the points and to be in that championship fight and for it to come to the end of the season, how important is this weekend and to get a good result here at Coda?
This weekend is very important. I think it's a big decider for the championship. It's gonna be a hot one this weekend. I don't know about as hot as last year, but I think it's mainly to focus on winning the both races. That's really all I'm here for, to win both these races and try to get a gap on the guy I'm battling in the championship with, which is Skoltz. But I think the Ducati V2 should be pretty strong here. Chavi won here with the bike last year on the Warhorse team, so yeah, I think it should be pretty good. And my main goal is just to win these races here this weekend and try to get a jump and points on Skoltz this weekend, and that's all we can really do.
I think it's not often that we get to kind of look inside the mind of a racer. From your perspective, like, where's your mindset this weekend? Are you feeling calm? Are you feeling a sense of urgency? Where are your thoughts at?
I think since the whole incident that happened at the Ridge with me getting taken out and my perspective, I think from there it kind of like lit another fire under me, and I was just ready to dominate after that. So I feel like since that whole incident happened, I'm just ready to win races and just try to dominate it, especially being in front of him. So I think I have a pretty good confidence right now rolling. I feel really good on the bike. So I think just if we put a good team package together for the rest of these last 2 races, Jersey's my home race, so I'm very, very confident about the last round. I think I think that we can, take this right to the last round and put up a really, really good fight.
Big round of applause for PJ Jacobsen. Hoping you have a great weekend. Kayla Yaakov. Big transition for you this year. First full year on the Supersport machine and a new motorcycle for you. So take us through kind of your evolution of how you learned to get comfortable with this motorcycle and just how you've grown throughout this season.
Yeah, I mean, I think I owe a lot to the guys that I'm riding around, especially my teammates, PJ and Corey. I mean, they've made such a big difference in how I've approached each weekend and how to ride this bike. Obviously last year I ended off the season here at Coda, riding on the Supersport bike, and just a big jump from that point. So it's great to see that progression. The evolution has been pretty crazy. Even just from the start of just riding the V2, I've made a huge transition in the way I've had to ride it, and in general how I approach a lot of things. I've had to take a step back almost and look at it more objectively and try to get closer to my teammates.
Speaking of your teammates, take us through the team dynamic. You definitely have two very well experienced riders who are a bit older than you that have ridden a lot of different things. What is that like? Do they offer you any advice? Like, do you guys joke around? How is it under the canopy?
Not at all. No, I'm kidding. No, they're great. After every session, I'm the one that's probably asking the most questions about, what are you doing here? Kind of, asking for a little bit of advice, and they're always willing to help me. So I think that's a great dynamic to have. And obviously next year, as some of you guys may know, we all signed again for 2024 or
Big
2025.
round of applause for that, guys. That's huge.
It's great to keep that as well too, so we can continue working all in the same direction and working together. Great. But no, they've been huge for me, and like I said, after every session, I ask as much as I can and try to latch onto them.
Now we know you've been abroad riding some different things, and you've had a lot of different experience racing at a lot of different tracks around the world. How do you think that lends itself to just preparing you for your first full season in Supersport?
I think it helps a lot. Racing in Europe for me was a big experience, especially considering we race at a lot of different tracks and you don't get a lot of track time. So when we come to a MotoAmerica race weekend where, again, you don't have a lot of track time, I think it helps out a lot. And it makes it a lot easier for me to mainly just focus on, my bike and getting the setup perfect where I need it, rather than having to focus more on the track and having to perfect the lines and things. Because at this point, that's not the main goal. The main goal is getting the bike where I need it to be and pushing as hard as I can.
Well, it's a big season for Kayla Yaakov. Big round of applause. Certainly a rising star in MotoAmerica. Loris Faz back in MotoAmerica this season and on a team he's quite familiar with. How's it feel to be back in MotoAmerica, Loris?
Yeah, it's awesome. The first time I rode the bike in 21 was here in Austin. And a lot of things have happened since that, but I always said when I left at the end of 21 that I will be back one day, and it could not be with another team than Warhorse and Ducati, and especially being teammate with Josh. I think we all wanted that at the end of 21, then it didn't happen, but we had it's cool to be teammate with that guy. We had a good year, especially him. I'm a bit behind, but I'm enjoying a lot, and I'm coming from a tough season last year with big injuries, and it was like rebuilding and catching up the pace that I needed to be back, and I'm just really happy to be back in this championship. I'm having a lot of fun, and that's the bike I love the most that I rode in the last 10 years, so I was just looking forward to ride that beast again.
It certainly seems like you found your home in MotoAmerica. Speak a little bit to the dynamic under the tent. You get along with the crew guys really well, but also to have a teammate that you can kind of work together with.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, especially out of the racing, we have a lot of fun. We spend a lot of time together this year, and it's just really cool to be with a guy like that under the truck and on the track. We can talk about everything, and I've been with some teammates, tough teammates in my career, and it's like that. You at the end it's a job, and you just do your job. But if you can have fun in the team and feeling part of a family, it's so much better. So I'm just really happy and thankful for that. I knew the the team spirit from 21 in this team was like a family, and Josh is like fully part of that. So I always say I think he's I don't have any brother back home, so I think he's the brother I never had.
I love that, your American brother. You know, in 21 when you were here, a lot of these tracks were new for you. How is it being back and having that kind of prior knowledge now as opposed to when you were here and made your debut in MotoAmerica?
Yeah, for sure. It make the day before the race weekend easier. You know, when you come on a race and you don't know the track, you always think a lot the day before, and you watch a lot of videos, and you try to like put the track in your mind. But then when you go out in the first lap, it's not at all what you expect, because when you arrive on the corner, 150 miles is not the same as when you walk the track. So this year was more or less having those track in my mind every race weekend. But still, after 2 years, the first session was like, okay, I had to take some times in that FP1 to relearn the track, because there are it's not especially the layout, but the pavement and all those things is so different from Europe that you have to take time to relearn and find the bumps and everything that has changed. But yeah, it was definitely easier this year than 21, not having to learn all the tracks.
You know, looking ahead to the rest of the season, we have a triple header here this weekend and one more round in New Jersey. What is your hope for the rest of your season?
Well, I think we did a really big step the last round, and in the way I feel riding the bike. And I'm really looking for that race this weekend. You know, that track has always been one of my favorite. Didn't race here since 17 in MotoGP, so I'm really excited to start the weekend. And it's a big weekend coming up for us, for the team. And I just want to go out and enjoy riding the bike. I've enjoyed riding the bike a lot in Mid-Ohio, and I know I will enjoy even more here, because it's a track that suits the bikes really well. We did a test here in 21, and I think it was the best I felt on the bike all year. So really looking forward to go out and ride that amazing bike in this track.
Well, we hope it's a good weekend for you. Best of luck, and big round of applause to Loris Best. Josh Herrin leading the Superbike Championship points right now heading into this weekend. Yeah, that's right. Big round of applause. It's not a position you're unfamiliar with, but certainly, you know, are you feeling an added sense of pressure from your team and the people around you? Are you putting any pressure on yourself? Take us again through that mindset.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel more pressure just talking in front of this crowd than I do in the race. So it's, for me, I think the biggest thing, you know, why I'm not feeling the pressure is because I was talking to my wife about it this week, is this isn't just, bullshitting with anybody, but I've really found the best team I've ever worked with, and it really is family, and that's so important, and I've come to realize that not just with Loris, but with everybody on the team. It's really special, and when you find that, you know, I've been with a lot of great teams, I'm not saying I haven't been, but there's something different about this team, and it's makes you just, feel like you're coming home when you go to the racetrack, which is usually the opposite. Usually you're, as much fun as it is to go and race motorcycles and get paid for it, it's always nice to go home, but now this is finally the last 3 years somewhere where I really look forward to, coming to hang out with these guys. So, the pressure isn't there. I feel like it's fate, it's meant to be, and everything will work itself out, and just want to have fun riding my bike, which has been the last 3 years. So,
you've certainly got the bike to win races. How has your team given you a platform that's allowed you to be so successful and win as many races as you have this season?
I finally have a crew chief. He just tells me I'm the best every time I get on the bike. So, I was talking to Baz about it on the way here, so it helps. I gotta get my confidence up, and he does it for me. So I think that's the magic trick. No, but honestly, it's just having fun. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Like last night, we're all out as a team having a good time together, and just enjoying ourselves. And that's what racing is all about. Everybody sitting at this table grew up with their dad going to the racetrack, and that's why we love it, right? I lost that for a little while, and then I started finding it again on the street. That's why I started riding on the street, because I had this different love for bikes when I started riding with people who really had a passion for bikes. It wasn't just because their dad brought them to the track and that was their thing, right? It was these people who spend their money, they go to track days, they ride on the street, and I kind of got this new love for riding a motorcycle in general. And these last 3 years I've found really what it was like for all of us as kids to be riding a bike and just having fun with it. So in the future, it doesn't matter what opportunities I have or don't have, I'll always be looking for the team that I can just be myself with, and hopefully it's this team for the rest of my career. But I think, you know, that's the magic for sure.
You know, with the triple header this weekend and the temperatures being what they are, how do you prepare for a weekend like this, especially after such a long break? You know, what were you doing leading up to this?
You know, there's a local guy here. His name is Ben Thompson. He owns this company called Revive Plunge. So just gonna have the Revive Plunge, cold plunge ready to go all weekend, and you know, hopefully that helps out. But yeah, there's no real way to prepare for it. I mean, it's been 106 at my house, so luckily for me, I'm used to it a little bit by now. And it was a little bit hotter last year, so just gotta hang on and hope for the best, I guess.
Already acclimated. Well, big round of applause for Josh Herrin. Corey Alexander. So joining the new Rahal Ducati team this year as well, stepping from the larger displacement motorcycle to the super sport machine. Take us through that transition. Did you do anything different to prepare for this season on a different bike?
I went to the doctor and saw if I could maybe chop a few inches off my legs. And Loris recommended somebody, but it didn't work out. So we're both stuck here, a little bit taller than the rest of the guys. But no, honestly, it kind of came together pretty late. The opportunity to ride with the Rahal Ducati Moto team, but I'm very, very thankful for it. Obviously, it's been an exciting year for the whole program, and what they've been able to accomplish. First year as a new team has been really just awesome to be a part of. You know, and PJ's success, I think, is a testament to that, as well as Kayla and myself. We've all been on the podium, so nothing really kind of prepared me to get back on the little bike. A little bit of yoga. We've been doing some hot yoga at home all year just to try to stay flexible, but otherwise that's about it.
Let's talk about this, because the tall riders always get a lot of attention for being on different motorcycles. Like, once and for all, put this to rest for me. Like, are you at a disadvantage because you are taller, or do you think that it has its advantages, like different leverage points and things?
I would say it's definitely not an advantage. I think in certain instances you can use it to your advantage, but I don't think it's an advantage. I would much rather be like Josh's height or PJ's height. My back would probably hurt a lot less, and yeah, I think weight-wise, I'm about as thin as it gets. I tried getting into 170 pounds for this weekend. I think I'm like 169.5 right now. So.
All right, right under the limit.
Yeah, and I like to eat a lot, so it's you know, for sure. I wouldn't say Loris can probably agree that it's not an advantage.
Well, it definitely hasn't slowed you down. You mentioned being on the podium this season. What do you attribute to that success? How has the team helped you prepare? Is it working with your teammates? Is it working with the crew?
It's everyone. I think, you know, like Josh was just saying, kind of echo him. Our team, we've just done a really good job with creating an environment that makes you want to be there, and also makes it feel like they want you to be there, which is a big part of it. You know, to be a part of teams in the past and just have experiences where, you know, you kind of show up and it doesn't feel like everyone's working with a common goal in mind. And I think this year that's been the biggest thing, is just everyone wants to be better, and everyone wants to make sure that, you know, we're representing our sponsors and everybody well to the best of our abilities. So you know, I think that's probably the majority of it, you know.
4 races left. What is your hope? What does a good finish to the season look like for you?
For me, honestly, I think seeing PJ win the championship, I think that's you know, the only way we can pay back the team for all the work that they've done. For me personally, I'd like to be able to get up there and do what I can to help him, you know, do that. I'd love to win every race, but obviously, you know, I want to see him win the championship, and so whatever I can do to help with that, and really just finish the year off strong. Like Kayla was saying, having the pressure off our shoulders of having to race for results to get another opportunity for next year is really not a position I've been in before, and so that's really nice to just kind of know what I'm doing going into the off season, and that my results these last few races don't really count towards anything in that regard. So yeah, being able to just go out, and Jersey's my home race, being from New York, so you know, I just want to get a good result for everyone at home and for the team, and like I said, see if PJ can wrap up the championship so we can go into next year with a lot of momentum.
Well, here's hoping a great rest of the season for all of our Ducati riders. Big round of applause for Corey Alexander. One more guy we want to hear from.
Is that Ben Spies back there?
Is that Ben Spies? no stranger to motorcycle racing. I'm sure so many of you in this room know the name Ben Spies, but perhaps not in this capacity. Team principal for the Rahal Ducati Moto team. Ben, how did this endeavor even start? And now you're fighting for a championship at the end of the season, but take us back to the very beginning.
Oh yeah, it started because of him right there. He called me and kind of asked me if I, wanted to look at being a part of a team and running the team, and I told him no. I'm not a manager. I don't know budgets and I can't do all that stuff. But if it's working with the riders and just trying to get the most out of them and working with the mechanics, and when it comes to performance decisions, just things like that, yeah, I'm interested in it. And worked out, started talking with Graham about it, and was able to put together a really good team. And this year's been really good so far. I mean, every rider's been on the podium. For a brand new team, it's difficult. PJ's obviously going for the championship, so it's like I said, it's been almost a picture perfect year for a brand new team. I mean, we can't really ask for more. So hoping that he can have a strong weekend and all the riders can, and we can go to New Jersey and keep the fight going.
Choosing the riders for the team, I mean, there's definitely a lot of talent in MotoAmerica, but 3 incredible riders, as you mentioned, who have all been on the podium this season, and you like them enough to re-sign them for yet another season. So kind of take us through that decision making.
Yeah, I mean, just every rider kind of had a place when we went to sign everybody, for sure. And then, like I said, everybody's done an incredible job, and it was kind of a no-brainer for us to re-sign them. And just like Corey was saying, and PJ and Kayla, the way the team's working together, everybody I think really likes it. I've been fortunate to be a part of a lot of really good teams in the past, and the way our team's working together, it's fun, and the riders are getting the benefit of that and getting good results, and I think they're in a good place for moving into next year and what we've got going to keep bettering their careers.
Being in championship contention and hopefully potentially winning the championship at the end of the season, how do you build on that after your first season as a team? What does a successful next season look like?
Win another one. It's he's like I said, they've all been doing a good job, but PJ's been doing an excellent job, and unfortunately, there's a little run in at Ridge and lost some points there, or we'd pretty much be dead even, with 4 races to go. But there's pretty much 100 points still on the table. Lots of stuff can happen, and he's riding really good. So the goal is to try to win out this weekend and then just see where we are when we go to New Jersey.
How important is it to you to be able to give riders this opportunity and provide them with this platform to hopefully cultivate and continue to grow their talent and their motorcycle careers?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. It's due to a lot of people, with our team, Graham and Brittany and Richie, and just a lot of people from the organizational part. So they're the ones that really make it possible for them to go out and do the jobs successful. So that's all we're trying to do, and just try to perfect our stuff for next year, the stuff where we did wrong or whatever we want to do better, and hopefully we can have a number 1 plate doing that.
We hope so too. Big round of applause for Ben Spies.
That's it here from Ducati of Austin. I'm going to head over to Motivation now, but I think this is going to be a 2-part series. So Motivation will be a separate video because I ended up filming quite a bit here, and I'll go over to Motivation to make a separate video there. So I will see you there later. Okay. Well, there's Riding Out Power Sports were just going by. Anyways, that was fun at Ducati there. Thank you, Austin Ducati, for having that event and bringing the racers over. That was really cool. Just didn't have anything for them to sign, unfortunately. I didn't know about that. Oh well. Yeah, so now I'm heading over to Motovation over in Pflugerville. It'll take me about 20 minutes. And I'll hang out there for a little while. But like I said, I'm going to make 2 videos. So this will be the end of part 1 of the MotoAmerica kind of bike meetups. And thanks for joining me for part 1, and part 2 is coming up. See you soon. Later.